The first card you have for your past is the Three of Wands. So yeah, obviously this is the card of waiting, and I am seeing someone waiting, kind of sitting around waiting, thinking, hoping. I'm actually seeing someone might have been watching out for you. I think they were seeing if you were out there, what you were doing, whether you're available. They might have been looking on your social media or something like that, seeing if you're with anyone else and kind of working out whether they can approach you. And I think this is someone from your past I'm seeing. This is someone from your past, and they were hoping, they were thinking about you, thinking that they might come back to you. This all sounds very romantic, of course, but there might be some reason why they were waiting for you. It might not actually be the right reason. So just be a bit careful around this. I don't mean to be negative. I know people tell me I'm negative all the time, but I don't mean to be. I just like to tell you what I'm seeing. If I see something that I could warn you about, that you probably need to know about. Yeah, I'm seeing that you might have broken up with someone. You broke up with this person probably in your more distant past. This is probably an ex. I'm seeing that since that time they probably have had a relationship. They might have even had 2 relationships since that time. And I think what's happened here is that they might have broken up with someone. They might find themselves, or they might have found themselves suddenly alone. And this person does not like being alone. That's what I'm seeing. They just decided to then, just look around and see what was out there. And I think they looked out and they saw a few different options that they were thinking about. Oh, I could ask this one or that one. And I think they're also seeing you as one of these options. So, yeah, the man in this card, if you look at him, he's looking out at 3 ships in the water. They're very tiny. You can't see it anyway. It's hidden. But they're out there. There are 3 ships in this card. And he's waiting for them all to come in. So it's like this person wasn't just looking for you. They were looking at other options as well. Probably 3 different options, or maybe you and 2 other people. And the other thing I'm seeing with this card is this might only resonate with some people, obviously, but you might have had a child together, because sometimes the 3 ships can represent a family. But, I think you knew that they might not be that genuine. I think, then it's not like they're not a genuine person, but it's just like, I think that they like to have, first of all, they don't like being alone, and secondly, they like to just have a few kind of options around them, even if they're just talking to them. I think that's what I'm seeing with this person. So, and when you were with this person, you truly loved them. You really did. When you were together, you loved them. But I think now, if this person came back to you again, I'm seeing that they probably will come back and talk to you at some time. I think that boat sailed again. I'm seeing boats on this. So, yeah, you're not going to want to go back. You're not going to want to go back with this person. That's what I'm seeing. Or maybe you will, but I think mostly you'll be very, very, very cautious if you do. That's what I'm seeing. There's a lot of caution, more caution than anything else. The next card you have for your past is the Hanged Man. So, yeah, they might not have come and let you know how they feel or what they are thinking about you. They might have been holding back, not actually coming forward to you at this time yet. They were thinking, they were waiting, thinking about it. But, again, this Hanged Man, he has his hands behind his back. So he's hiding something. And what he's hiding is more than one person who he's thinking about. So, when this ex eventually contacts you, I think, they're probably going to tell you that they missed you the whole time, that they were away from you, and they were stupid to see anyone else, and they realised how bad they were compared to you, and they realised that, they really missed you the whole time, and the whole time they thought of you. All of this kind of stuff, this is what they're going to be telling you probably. And I think at one time you might have come back and you might have said, oh, you really might have fallen for all of this. But I don't think you will this time. I think too much has happened between you. The Hanged Man can also be about sacrifice. So, if you did decide to go back to this person, I think you'd probably be sacrificing your peace of mind to be around them. I think you'd always be wondering where they are, who they're with, who they're texting, who they're calling, who's texting them, all of this kind of thing. But I think you know this. I'm sure you knew this, that, I think you knew this. I think you knew this about them. And again, I just think this person does not like to be lonely. And I think they just like to have different options. They couldn't possibly have no one they're seeing or no one they're talking to. And they couldn't possibly be by themselves. I think they could, and they should do that. But that's not how they think. That's what I'm seeing. The last card you have for your past is the Four of Pentacles. So, yeah, I think you might be feeling very closed off to this person when they come and contact you. And you've been closed off to them for a long time, actually. I think also there might have been some differences between you around money. You might have had arguments around money, especially toward the end of your relationship, just before you broke up. Maybe they showed, I think they were kind of showing you that they had no kind of, they didn't mind having what was yours. That's what I'm trying to say. They didn't mind. They were happy to have what was yours, but maybe they weren't happy for you to have what was theirs. It sounds horrible, doesn't it? But that's what I'm seeing in this. I'm seeing that they just wanted to hang on to what they had, but they were happy to kind of have what you had. That sounds terrible, but that's what I'm seeing. And I think, I think also there was something that they didn't pay you or that they owed you or something like that. And I think you recovered financially from this, from all that time that you had. But maybe this could have left you with some kind of fear of losing what belongs to you or something like that. You might have had this kind of fear. It might have even forced you to be very careful with your money. And there's nothing wrong with being careful with your money. That's a good thing, obviously. It's fine to have a budget and it's fine to save and all of that stuff. But you might have been taking this a little bit too far. And I think that was a result of having lost everything once. And you just didn't want to be in that situation again. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your present is the Five of Cups. Yes. So, again, I don't mean to keep on seeing this person from your past, but and you probably don't want to see them again anyway. But maybe you do, I don't know. But they're here. Here they are in your reading, and this is what I'm seeing. So I'm seeing a lot of regret coming from them. They do regret a lot of things. But what they're really upset about again, I'm seeing again, is that they have to be alone, and they don't want to be alone. And yeah, this is why I was seeing them looking at all these other options. They just did not want to be alone. They still don't want to be alone. And, it can be really hard for some people to be alone after a breakup. Some people jump from person to person without even waiting in between. But for me, it's important to wait in between, to have that time to be able to kind of process things. But yes, what I'm seeing is they are going to come toward you across this bridge. They are going to come and talk to you. I'm seeing an apology, actually, and I'm seeing that they're going to come and say sorry to you. Whether you think this is sincere or not is completely up to you. I think you might have some idea of what I'm thinking about this, but they're going to say sorry. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. Next card you have for your present is the Empress. So you might not be interested in this apology at all. You might be, but I don't think you will be. I am actually seeing someone else around you. This might actually be a love connection, but it might not. It might just be a friend or someone who really cares about you. Someone definitely is caring for you. I'm seeing that. And this Empress, there's one thing about this Empress is that she has this crown with all these stars on her head, but underneath the crown, or not underneath, but just below it, just above where her head is, there's a wreath around her head. Now that's a myrtle wreath. It comes from the myrtle plant, and it has a beautiful flower. Actually, the flower looks a bit like stars as well, white stars. But anyway, she has that around her head, and this represents love. It can also represent peace. So the Empress is a very, very caring, very loving person. She's very picky about who she shows love to, and she's very picky about who she wants in her life. She really loves innocence. She loves children. She loves children. But she also loves really honest people, adults, people who are very honest, extremely honest, even brutally honest. And that's why she's matched to the Emperor. The Emperor can be brutally, brutally honest. And she's quite happy for that. She's quite happy for the Emperor to be like that. They're a perfect match. So this is showing me that, you're probably not going to accept this. You're probably not going to take back this person in Three of Wands. And you're probably not going to take anyone else back who isn't kind of 100% honest with you. What you want is someone who's completely honest. You want someone who's straightforward with you and who's going to really care for you. Just you, not you and other options, just you. The last card you have for your present is the Eight of Cups. So, yeah, the Wall of Cups in this card is there. You can see it's like a wall of emotions. It's like this wall. And yeah, this man's walking away from this wall. So what's standing out to me in this is the third cup in this wall. If you look at the top section in this wall, I don't know if you can see it. I'll just move it so you can see in the camera. So if you look at the top row of the wall, the third cup is missing in that row, in the top row. And what I was seeing in the Three of Wands is that there were three options that this person had around them. And they were seeing you as one of these love options, because cups are all about emotion and love, giving someone a cup, offering them your love, all of that kind of thing. What you'll notice here is the third one is missing. So there's one option, there's another love option, and this person's going to come to you as the third one, and you won't be there. That's what I'm seeing. You're the Empress. You are not an option. You're not anyone's option. And I think that's what they're going to realize. You're not going to be there. You're just not going to be around to say yes to this. You might hear them out. They might apologize. You might hear them out, but you're not going to be involved in this person. You're not going to be one of these options standing there making a wall. Other people can do whatever they like, but you are not going to be there doing that. So the first card you have for your future is the Knight of Swords, right? Yeah. Someone yelled outside. And that really represents what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing someone who's a little bit out of control, a bit crazy. And I am seeing a negotiation in this card. I'm seeing this could be some kind of work meeting or something around work. I'm actually seeing dates and times and things like that. So it could be a negotiation about hours. It could be about time off or going on holiday or something like that. And I think this is one subject on a lot of different, along with a lot of different subjects in this meeting. Now, I'm seeing three again. I'm seeing threes all over this reading. So there's going to be you and probably two other people in this meeting. Now, one of these people in this meeting is probably going to be quite easygoing, easy to get along with. They're going to be absolutely fine. But there is going to be another person who is very difficult in this meeting. Now, you're going to have to be very careful to keep this person on track in this meeting, and I think the other more sensible person is as well. So what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to get the subject off track all over the place, because what I'm seeing in this card is that the horse is going along and the knight's on it and it's in a hurry. He's in a hurry. The knight wants to just rush off with his horse, take it wherever it wants, and it's not really thinking properly. It's just rushing off. And the horse is kind of saying, help, help, where are you taking me? I don't know where I'm going. And that's what's going to happen with this meeting. This person's going to take this agenda, take whatever you need to say, or over into some other place, talk about some other crazy thing that has nothing to do with anything. They're also going to be very difficult to kind of pin down. They might even be yelling. They might be doing something very unreasonable. So I think this is going to be hard work, this meeting, definitely. It's going to be very, very hard work. But I am seeing that it will probably be more of a positive result than a negative one for you. And I think you're going to have to do a few things. One of these things is that you're probably going to have to, first of all, get the decent person on side, the more reasonable person, and see this as a unit between you and the reasonable person, that you are having a meeting with them. The other person can join in the meeting if they want to, or they can leave, but you are a strong, solid unit, whether they're there or not. I think you need to try and put that across. The other thing I'm seeing is that you should write down everything you need to write down before you go into this meeting. Have everything laid out very clearly, because this person will try and take over and get you off track and talk to you about other things. You don't have time, in this meeting you probably have, say, 5 or 10 things to deal with. You only have a limited time, so you're going to say, right, you need to get back to this. We are talking about subject A, and we need to talk about it up to a certain point, resolve this, move on to the next thing. We don't have time to talk about X, Y, Z. So we can talk about that another time, but in this meeting is about this, this, and this. Now, they're going to be quite unreasonable. They might be angry. They might do all sorts of things, but keep your cool. Do not lose your temper. Keep on going back to your agenda. Keep on trying to deal with the other more reasonable person and align with them. It's hard work. I keep on seeing that, but I think that the result is going to be more positive than negative, definitely. That's what I'm seeing with that. So the next card you have for your future is the King of Pentacles. So more work things I'm seeing here. Obviously we have money, we have the King of Pentacles. So there is going to be more or less a positive result here. It's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. And, again, hard work. It's going to be hard work. But you are going to get pretty much your way in the end after this meeting. And, it's very difficult to see on this card, but this king's foot is actually resting on a bull's head. And this makes me think of the term bullish. When someone's bullish, it means that they're aggressive. So this person's going to be very aggressive, cause you all kind of problems in this meeting. But in the end, you're going to be on top of them. Not literally, you're not going to be lying on top of them. Your head's not going to be on your head. Your foot's not going to be on their head, literally. But you are going to end up on top or above the situation, and certainly on top of where they are. So you're going to come out well, and you're going to get your way pretty much. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have for your future is the Nine of Wands. So this is going to be exhausting. As I was seeing everywhere, it's hard work. It's very tiring. This person's very tiring. I'd be exhausted if I have to deal with them. But, I think you're just going to be really tired by this time, and you're going to be thinking something like, why do I have to fight these battles all the time over little tiny things? It's exhausting. I just want to get my work done. I want to get on with it and go home. I don't want to have to fight all these battles. They're wasting my time. It's exhausting. Excuse me. So this might be the time, excuse me. Sorry about that. You might just start to think, look, I've had enough of these battles. I'm going to try and improve what's going on in the workplace. I might change the way I do things. I might try to get a promotion or move to another department or move to somewhere else. Or I might even decide to move to another workplace. So you might even go to an extreme eventually and say to yourself, I'm going to leave my job and do something else. But you're certainly going to change something up around your workplace, because I think, enough is enough when it comes to this person in the Knight of Swords. It's too exhausting to have to do that. You have enough work to do anyway, without having all of these battles on top of that. That's what I'm seeing.